In this video, we'll talk about how to find the center, the foci, and the vertices of an ellipse. So an ellipse has the following equation: x minus h squared over a squared plus y minus k squared over b squared is equal to 1. So let's work through an example. Let's say we're given the following equation of an ellipse: x plus 3 squared over 16 plus y minus 1 squared over 4 is equal to 1. So we can start by finding the center of this ellipse. And the center is located at the coordinates h, k. So in this example, h would be -3 and k would be 1. So the center of our ellipse is at -3, 1. So if we want to sketch a drawing of this, the center is located at 1, 2, 3, 1. Here's the center of our ellipse. And now we need to figure out, is this going to be an ellipse that is horizontal in this nature, or is it going to be an ellipse that's vertical in this nature? So to determine that, we just need to find which denominator is largest. Well, that would be 16. Now, is this 16 under the x, or is it under the y? Well, we can see that it's under the x. So that means the x direction will be the major axis, or in other words, the ellipse will be horizontal like this. It will be longer in the x direction than the y direction. So to figure out the vertices, we can subtract a from the center, and we can add a to the center. And we can figure out what are these two vertices right here. So remember we said a squared is going to be equal to the larger denominator. So the larger denominator is 16. So we can say a squared is equal to 16. And to solve for a, we just need to take the square root of each side. So we get a is equal to the square root of 16, which is 4. So a is 4. So all we need to do to find the vertices are subtract 4 from the x-coordinate of the center and add 4 to the x-coordinate of the center. So if we subtract 4 from the x-coordinate, we get -3 minus 4, that's -7, 1. And if we add 4 to the x-coordinate, we get -3 plus 4, that's 1. So 1, 1. So these are our vertices. So that's the coordinate -7, 1 and 1, 1. So we can label those if we'd like, 1, 1 and -7, 1. And now to find the foci, which are the points that lie somewhere in between the center and each vertice, we can use the following equation. We'll say foci is equal to c squared is equal to a squared minus b squared. So c squared is equal to, remember, a squared is the larger denominator, so that's 16. And b squared is the smaller denominator, which is 4 in this case. So we get c squared is equal to 12. To solve for c, we can take the square root of each side. So c is equal to the square root of 12, which we could write as square root of 4 times square root of 3. And the square root of 4 is 2, so we can write our final answer as 2 root 3. So c is what we have to add and subtract. So we'll say minus c and plus c to figure out what our foci are. So we have to subtract 2 root 3 from the x-coordinate of our center. So our foci would be, let's write foci. If we have -3 minus 2 root 3, 1, that will be our foci on this left-hand side. And then we can also add 2 root 3 to the x-coordinate of the center. So we would have -3 plus 2 root 3, 1. So these are the coordinates of our foci. So we found the center, we found the vertices, and we found the foci using just this original equation that we were given.